Tonight, you're going to lie down, close your eyes, and switch off. You'll call it resting, recharging, like the phone on your nightstand. But here's the thing nobody really tells you. For the next several hours, you'll be more helpless than you ever are, blind and paralyzed and completely unaware. You do this every single night of your life, and you have almost no idea what actually happens while you're gone. Because the one thing everybody knows about sleep, that it's when your brain finally shuts off and rests, turns out to be almost exactly backwards. The second you drop off, your brain doesn't go quiet at all. It gets to work, and it works to a schedule. The night isn't one long blank. It runs in cycles. Light sleep, then deep sleep, then this strange state called REM, where you do your dreaming, and it loops through them 4 to 6 times before morning. People love to say a cycle is 90 minutes, but really, it runs anywhere from 70 to 120, and it keeps shifting as the night goes on. And here's the first surprise. Your deep, heavy, dreamless sleep mostly happens early, in those first few hours, while the dreaming saves itself for the morning. So going to bed late and waking up early aren't the same loss at all. You're actually cutting 2 completely different things. And through almost all of it, your brain is burning nearly as much energy as it does when you're wide awake. And during the dreaming, even more. So whatever it's doing down there in the dark, it is definitely not resting. The question is what? Let's start with the thing we're most sure about. While you sleep, your brain literally replays your day. Deep inside a little seahorse-shaped piece called the hippocampus, the same cells that fired while you were living a moment fire again, in the same order, running the day back, sometimes sped up as much as 20 times, like a tape on fast forward. It's sorting through everything, deciding what's worth keeping, and quietly moving the important stuff out of temporary storage into somewhere it'll actually last. And we've known this is real for about 100 years. Back in the 1920s, a couple of researchers had people learn a list and then either stay awake or go to sleep, and the ones who slept forgot less. Not because time was kinder to them, because the time was identical, but because sleep did something that staying awake simply couldn't. You don't rest so that you can remember. You remember because you slept. And honestly, that's not even the strange part. Because a few times every night, your brain does something that should be impossible. It lights up almost as brightly as it is right now, while you're awake, and at that exact same moment, it paralyzes your entire body on purpose, flooding the nerves that run to your muscles with a kind of chemical break so that you physically cannot move. You're wide awake on the inside, locked inside a body that's been switched off. That's REM, and that's where the dreams happen. The paralysis is actually a mercy, because it's the only thing stopping you from getting up and acting the whole dream out for real. And when that system slips and the paralysis lingers a little into waking, people open their eyes fully aware and find that they can't move a muscle, usually with this crushing feeling that something is in the room with them. That, and not ghosts, is where 1,000 years of demon on the chest stories quietly come from. But here's the part that really gets me. You are built to forget. In REM, the one chemical your brain needs to actually record a memory drops to almost nothing, and the hippocampus basically goes offline. So the dream plays out, vivid and complete, sometimes the most intense thing you'll feel all week, and then it just dissolves, on purpose, usually within a couple of minutes of you waking up. You're not bad at remembering your dreams. You were designed to lose them. And there might be a beautiful reason for that. With all the stress chemistry switched off, REM may let your brain replay the day's hardest emotional moments in a kind of safe mode, keeping the memory of what happened, but quietly stripping out the sting, filing the event and dulling the blade overnight, while you're not even looking. You wake up and yesterday's worst moment just hurts a little less. So your brain spends the whole night sorting your memories, diffusing your pain, and rebuilding you for the morning. Which leaves the one question this has all been circling. Why does it have to shut you down, blind, frozen, gone, to pull any of it off? Why do you actually sleep? For about 10 years, science thought it finally had the answer, and you've almost certainly heard it. The brain cleans itself at night. The idea goes like this. While you're asleep, the little spaces between your brain cells widen, fluid rushes through, and it flushes out the junk the day leaves behind, including the sticky gunk that builds up in Alzheimer's. Sleep as the overnight janitor. That's supposedly why you go under in the first place, to get washed clean. It's a gorgeous answer. It went everywhere, and you've probably repeated it yourself.
And then, in 2024, a team in London ran the experiment again and got the opposite result.
When they actually measured how fast the brain cleared out a tracer dye, it didn't speed up during sleep, it slowed down. In their own words, the finding challenges the idea that the core function of sleep is to clear toxins from the brain. Now, the scientists behind the original cleaning study pushed back hard. The two experiments used very different methods, and both of them were done in mice, not people. So as of right now, nobody has actually settled it. And that's the honest, almost unbelievable truth this whole thing has been walking toward. We only figured out that the brain even has a waste-clearing system at all about 14 years ago, and we are still arguing about what sleep is fundamentally for. You are going to spend roughly a third of your entire life doing this, something like 25 years, unconscious, paralyzed, dreaming, and forgetting. And the smartest people alive cannot fully agree on why. And here's what should really keep you up. Every animal we've ever checked does it too. Everything from whales all the way down to fruit flies. Sleep is dangerous. Hours and hours, defenseless, out cold, while anything could find you. And evolution is brutal about that kind of risk. It would have deleted sleep in a heartbeat if it possibly could. But it never did, not in anything. So whatever sleep is for, it is not optional, and it is not small. It's one of the deepest unsolved mysteries left in your own body, and tonight you fall straight into the middle of it. And tomorrow night, and every night after that. So later, when you lie down and feel yourself start to slip under, remember, you're not shutting down, you're clocking in to the strangest, busiest, most important work your brain ever does, the work we still can't explain. And in the morning, you won't remember a second of it.
If that made you wonder, then subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.